Hey, it's Buzz's Retirement Garage, and we're doing a live stream. You know why? Because I feel like it. I'm in the middle of the day here in Cleveland, Ohio, and was gonna do a video, but I'm working on a video, hopefully to release tomorrow on Thursday. Today's Wednesday, and so I figured I'd do this live because I'm taking a break from what I'm doing outside. Figured I'd take this break and just see if anybody joins and just kind of see how it goes. So the purpose, and this isn't going to be one of those super great videos, I guess you could say, or lives, because the purpose of this is it's not always it's not always sunny on this side of the street. Let's put it that way. Hi, Judy, you're around. Hey, Tractor Bob, how you doing? Um, XH, how you doing? Um, the reason I say that is, hi, Sue. What are you guys doing in the middle of the afternoon? Hi, Dan. Oh, what, California? You're still a little bit, what, you're 3 hours behind Cleveland? So what are we at, 2:25? What are you at, 11:25 or something? Hi, Dennis. Money Mindset Coach. Hello. I'm surprised this many people middle of the afternoon. Impromptu live. You just finished mowing, huh, Sue? Yeah, that's what I got to do. I've been hesitating. I'm still working on my shed. I got to assemble that, and I there's so much to do, and it's great. I mean, it's super great. Liza, how you doing? Anyway, so Nancy K, working from home, retiring in 2 weeks, 2 days. Oh my gosh, that is great. Uh, I was just telling my wife this morning, as a matter of fact, how great this is. That I mean, the first summer, I think it's really been in 47 years. Um, Tractor Bob, you're doing good. Will A, Anthony Gant. Yeah, but Nancy, that's great. And I was just telling my wife how nice it is to be able to, go out and do some stuff and then not have to worry about getting back up. And this is the first summer, I think, if I counted back to when I was in high school, that I had the whole entire summer off. So I'm like, this month will be 11 months into retirement. And this is the first summer that I've really had off where I didn't have to worry about going back to school, or I didn't have to go back to work after a vacation or whatever it may be. And it's just, I'm enjoying every second of it. Um, Tending to things at my late mother's house. Oh, sorry. I can't remember what if you told me about that. Um, hmm. 249 for 18 ounces of blueberries. Ours are three. I just bought two of them. I can't remember the price. I bought two from Costco, but I think the prices are going up. Cherries are just about wiped out. Portugal, Lisbon, Florida, Barbara, huh? Simply Katie Walks. How we doing? Need to harvest from garden, just waiting for it to cool. Yeah, to cool off a bit. Yeah. I don't know if you can see. Maybe you can. I don't know if you can see the tomatoes. Where are they at? I don't know. Maybe it's hard to see. But I still got some tomatoes in there. Quite a few red ones I have to pick today. First summer off since 1976. Yeah, I was going to bring a picture out. Like I said, this is impromptu, but I was going to bring a picture out of my most favorite summer where we just had a wiffle ball court in the backyard. I mean, the ground was, you could just see the dirt where it used to be grass for home plate, first base, second, third. And we used to play that, I think, every single day. It was great. Going to do an unboxing from the Amazon gift card I won. Oh, cool. 10 months for you. All right, Tractor Bob. John D'Amico. I love retirement. It's great, isn't it? Hello, Buzz. Rodney from Arkansas. I always used to say Arkansas, just like I used to say Illinois. Uh, there was some other ones, but I always got straightened out. Your husband retired early in May after she passed in November. I just don't remember if we had that conversation. I don't remember, and I apologize. Um, Wife and I are going to Hawaii next week. Good for you. What are you going to different islands, or are you just going to like Maui, or where are you going? Any storm damage from last week's storm? I detect H2O, H2O, I should say. We supposedly had, they keep updating it, but 5 different EF1 tornadoes. Closest one to me was probably 5 to 7 miles away. Power was out. My daughter in Ohio City, her power was out from Tuesday afternoon until Saturday, I believe it was, or possibly Sunday. So yeah, it was pretty nasty in a lot of different places, but it was hit and miss. That's the thing, some big trees went down, but the next door neighbor was fine. So very strange. Congratulations to the winner and all of those who are enjoying their retirement. Glad you're doing a live daytime during the week for those of us who can't make the weekend live. Yeah, like I said, this is just an impromptu. Um, Preparing for my retirement in Portugal. We have a lot of Americans in Algarve enjoying the retirement. Good. Hello from Texas. Hi, Ricky. Kauai is our favorite island, but we've been to all of them. Oh, that's cool. And John, where are you at? You're in Texas? I can't remember where you're from originally. What state? I mean, is it a heck of a flight for you, or like from Cleveland to Hawaii, or, well, they probably do a 2-stop anyway. We head to Lisbon in November. That's interesting. Hello from Charleston, South Carolina. Hi, Joey. Dana's Garden Retreat. Hi there. How's your ankle or your leg? I think Dana's Garden Retreat, I think she fell in a hole. Last I saw, she had a chair cover in it. I shouldn't laugh. Why am I laughing? That's sad. VMAX, bikes and techs. I'm 54. Next year, I want to early retire at 55. Boy, that's a good goal. That's an excellent goal. Have you considered my advice to you regarding T-bills? News today's Feds will rate. No, I haven't. I know. I did move some stuff around, and I bought some other things, and I actually did skim from the top before we had this little bit of a decline. I put that in my 4% account, so I'll have to look at the T-bills again. I just haven't done it yet. I swear I'm lazy in retirement. I really am. I got to start working on my. I think next month I have to start looking at things for my Medicare. That's going to start January, so I got to figure out stuff like that. Caught you on my lunch hour, Sharon. Okay, cool. Arizona. Okay, 6-hour flight. Okay. Afternoon from Nebraska. Just got back. Oh, you went to Sturgis. Did you take your Harley to Sturgis? Bill Green. Afternoon from Nebraska. Yeah, that's Bill. And I have to say, Bill Green, he was one of them that won a $25 gift card and said, no, thank you. Give it to the next person. So that's why we had this past live. We did 3 giveaways, actually 4, but I couldn't get a hold of one person so far. You got a T-bill last month. Good rate. Yeah, I got to look at that. Bill Hale. Hey, Buzz. Fellow Ohioan here, retired 2 years ago when the power plant I worked for 33 years shut down. That's not Perry, is it? I think Perry's still going, isn't it? IT professional for 35 years now, but I love the countryside. Don't forget to smash the like button. I'm doing my first live tonight at 7 CST. Tractor Bob. Yeah, okay. All right. I was just watching Dashing Wambi. He's got that English accent. He does a live. I just happened to be up last night looking at some videos like Steve's and Dwayne's and a couple other people I was looking at. And I caught him from his car. I think he's like a Uber driver or something, but he didn't do any deliveries. He's in Kansas City, Missouri. So I saw him last night. Retired from St. Simmons Island, Georgia. Okay. Zimmer plant in Moscow, Ohio. Okay, I've never heard of the Zimmer plant, Bill, but 33 years, that's a long time. Dale. Hey, Buzz, just thought I would say hello from the UK. I retired March 2023, at the age of 59. Ain't it great? Couldn't imagine going back to work. All the best. Yeah, what's going on over there? You got some politics going on like we do here, huh? We don't talk politics on this channel. Very limited. I like it that way, but I've been seeing some stuff on BBC and a couple other places that there's been some, I guess every place has its issues, right? No one's immune from it. I'm too lazy looking for a remote part-time job. Yeah, I would only have to. The only time I would do it now, I think, because I'm so busy this summer. I mean, I've got stuff stacked up, and I just do it when I want to, which is nice. But maybe in the winter, because my last winter, remember, I retired in September, end of September last year, and that winter just dragged on, especially in Cleveland. I mean, we get gray skies for 2, 3, 4 months in a row. It seems like, and it's the cold doesn't bother me. It's just that it's dark. Well, it's dark anywhere. By 5 o'clock, it's pitch dark, um, and it's just not fun. And I struggled with that. I had that 90-mile-an-hour go, and in a 10-mile-an-hour retirement mode. So it was tough for me. But the summer has been great, and come wintertime, maybe I will go to like Home Depot or help somebody out somewhere doing something. I don't know. But that's what's great in retirement. You don't have to specifically say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. Go with the flow. That's the way I look at it. Go with the flow. Whatever brings you joy, whatever makes sense to you, go for it. You're not pressured to do anything, because if you retired, hopefully financially, you've got things covered, hopefully. And you're doing it because you want to talk to people, or you want to make just a little bit of side income, or just to stop the boredom. If you think you're bored in the wintertime, in Cleveland and up in here, and we get a lot of snow and stuff. So, for a person who's not an outdoors person like I am, it could be tough. And then, going to work or something part-time, couple days a week might break up that monotony. Hey, Marv, what are you doing? Did you cut the grass? Did you get the crabgrass out of your grass? You should see mine. It's pretty bad. I never fertilized the backyard because we got so many animals and stuff back here. I just don't like to fertilize, and I got more weeds in my grass than I've got grass. You watch Victory Outdoor Services, okay? Yeah, it's amazing how busy we are in retirement. You better believe it. I have a schedule. I said this before. I have a 3-part schedule. So, and I pretty much stick to that. In the morning, just kind of doing some emails and catching up on news and different things like that. In the afternoon, I'll come outside like now, and early afternoon, I'll be out here until probably 7 or 8 o'clock tonight. And then back in and, catch up on whatever I missed during the day, more emails or whatever it's going to be, and then repeat the next day. But we've been busy. We've been going to the fair. Probably saw that my aluminum tree won a blue ribbon. So we went to the fair like 5 times, 2 times for setup, 1 time for dismantling, twice. Once we had free tickets, and once we paid, we went with my daughter and her boyfriend. So we were there like 5 times. That's a record for us. We've never gone that many times, but that was fun too. Let's see. You can always go somewhere sunny in the winter months. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, no political stuff, Tractor Bob. Ace Hardware. What's Ace Hardware? Lunchtime. Have a good afternoon. All right, Dan. See ya. Thank you for being around. Dan's been with us since December when I started my videos, or early January, but he's been around for a long time. AK Grump. I retired from 25 years in public works from a small town in Alaska. I've been retired 6 years and have never been so busy. You know, the people, I did a video about, I think, how many people talked about how bored they were. And I just think to myself, I don't know how. I mean, maybe if you live, you know, where everything's maybe a condo or something where you don't have to work on the grass, you don't have to work on the yard or the garden, and you're just kind of, you know, but still, I mean, there's a whole world out there. And I couldn't be bored. I just couldn't. Tractor Bob, I retired in November wanting to plow snow. It was a light winter. First winter I didn't have to plow snow for work. Yeah. It has been. It's off and on. Some days or some years we'll get a lot of snow, some years we don't. Cleveland wasn't too bad this past year. We got our, you know, 6, 7 inches at a time here and there. Does the fair have activities for your age group? No, I think they just break it all down by um, they break it down by there's a whole book. I should bring the book out, but there's a whole book of categories. There's an ironing category. They actually had 5 people competing for the best iron shirt. I mean, there's some crazy stuff that people present. But I don't know if they do it. I know they do it for young kids. You know, they break it down for like they call it junior fair activities, but I don't know if they do anything for like seniors, old people like me. Gary, hello, Buzz. Hoosier for you're retiring the end of September. Good for you. You're that's what 6 weeks away. Great. You're gonna love it. I'm telling you. Sharon, after 1 week of retiring, the local Ace Hardware owner called him to work part time. He worked there for 7 years. Okay, Ace Hardware is kind of cool. I kind of make compare Ace to Tractor Supply. They seem to do almost equal things, and I like Ace because and Tractor Supply because when you walk into both of them, you can get attention from people pretty quickly. The Home Depots and Lowe's, you'd be lucky to get a hold of somebody. But yeah, I like the full service. But you know, their prices are a little bit higher. But I do get my bird seed from Tractor Supply. They just had a $2 sale, 18.99 down to 16.99 for a 40-pound bag. They had a $4 sale, and I bought a couple bags then. I'm waiting for that $4 off sale again. He went to the senior center after he retired. He could work out and shoot pool. I think we have. Oh, that was your dad. Okay, I think we have a senior center here, but I just never really looked into it yet. Like I said, this is my first summer. I'm busy. I haven't had to look for any external activities really. And someone even asked me, "No, you can't say MAGA, Barbara." Um, Someone even asked me about pickleball, and I don't even know if there's a pickleball court around here. Other guys, one guy was telling me about disc golf, you know, with the frisbee. I guess you're not allowed to call them frisbees. I don't know, but and I know there's something around here for that too. So there's all kinds of things that I could get involved in. Um, Ace Hardware is hard to get a job. It is a hardware franchise. Okay. I've never bored in retirement too many projects. Keeping house, too many doctor appointments. Went to beach yesterday here in Ocean State, $3 senior parking. I wish we had an ocean next to us. I'm glad we have Lake Erie. Believe it or not, say what you want about Lake Erie, but it's nice to have a lake so close by. Um, but it would be nice to have the ocean close by. Um, Scott from South Carolina. My father went to the senior center in Parma. Okay, I didn't know they had one. I know Marvin. Marvin's on here up a ways here. He um he goes to Middleburg Heights. Uh, I think it's the Middleburg Heights Rec Center. I think. Marvin, correct me if you're still there, but he goes there all the time, and him and all the old people work out, and his wife swims and stuff like that. Um, you have no schedule like you were working, right, Tractor Bob? Ken Dudas, tell us when the sale is on for the sale is on for seed. Okay, I'll do that. Uh, no, one of the things I was going to say was, and I didn't know we'd get 91 people on here. I thought maybe we'd have one or two or three. Um, I wore my grumpy shirt, and long story short, there was I did a video, which you all know about, over 500,000 views, 5 minute video about loneliness and retirement. And I'm working on a part two of that because I want to go through the 6,500 comments and I want to come up with a theme, which I think we talked about last live. And someone did, I don't want to say it was a parody, but one of the things that I'm not crazy about, and I've said this before and I kind of said I wouldn't talk about it again, but one of the things I'm not crazy about is taking certain creators and then creating a video about those creators. Um, there's some people that are doing it, and you probably have seen them. They do that because the algorithm, when they put that person's name into their video, the algorithm catches that too, and they get views. And they most of the time they're negative, a negative parody about that person. Now, freedom of speech, that's fine. This person that did something about my video was very cordial, very nice. Okay, so I want to say that out loud. He was very nice about it. Actually wanted me to hook up with him as far as doing maybe a video together. And I said, and I really didn't respond to him because he was doing some parodies of someone else. And I'm just not crazy about that. So on his channel, someone said, and that's what got me doing this live, because when I put this grumpy shirt on, my wife took it out of the dryer. She just handed me a t-shirt because that's what I wear during the day unless I go out somewhere. I put it on and I thought, oh, the grumpy shirt, because somebody had commented on his video and said, well, the guy you're talking about, Buzz, he wears a grumpy shirt. His wife got him a grumpy shirt. So you know what kind of person he is. And I thought, wow. I don't know. It was kind of interesting to me that, um, and I do get detractors. I do get people who, once in a while, who will say some nasty stuff, or they'll just, yeah, trying to be funny or just because they want to. But I just thought that was interesting. And I'll tell you one more. You need birdseed too. Northern Kentucky, Brenda, Brenda, right across the river from Cincinnati. Glad I can finally make a live chat, an impromptu one. That's called having no original ideas. I don't know what it's called, but I'll tell you something. If you were on our last live, I don't like those videos that are negative about other creators. Yeah, I just don't see it. Oh, you don't see the grumpy shirt? Born to be grumpy. My wife just told me when I came out. I said I'm going to do a video about this grumpy shirt, and she said, "Here, I'm going to skip these ads." I skipped the ads. Born to be grumpy. And she said, just tell them that's when you were working, which is actually true. I probably was grumpy when I was working. Uh, yeah, with the course of whatever. Nothing wrong with being a bit grumpy. That's right. There you go. Love the shirts. Okay, my wife feeds the hummingbirds. They're bigger here and easier to see. We decided not to do hummingbirds. I have that app. What's that app called? Merlin app, and I have like 20 different species around here, which I never knew before. I got Carolina wrens. I've never even heard of a Carolina wren. Um, and I've got some weird, strange birds that I never knew about. And all these years I've lived here since 1990, I didn't know we had these birds. And now I'm identifying all these different ones. So it's kind of cool. You have a burger place in Fort Worth called Grumps. Actually puts us in a happy mood. Yeah, I'm sure food does. So let me tell you this other story real quick. I'm going to skip these ads. I don't know why these ads keep coming up. I don't see them, but it gives me a prompt about the ads. So I'm just going to skip them every time I see it. So I had this live last Sunday. And I just wanted to tell you, here's an actual email that was sent to me, which I thought was kind of interesting. And after I read it, I was kind of like, wow, it's kind of crazy. Merlin app. A shirt doesn't make a man woman. Too many folks don't understand humor. Yeah. All right, so check this one out. Ready? So this person was on our live. We gave away $75 in gift cards. There was another person I'm trying to get a hold of, so it could be up to $100. I just haven't got a hold of that person yet. But we gave away, and people have received three $25 gift cards from last Sunday's live. So I get an email from somebody, and they were telling me about their view of retirement or something. And I said, yeah, that's a nice view, and da da da, being cordial. So then they came back and they said something about the heat, how it's killed some people. And yeah, the hotter it gets, people who are exposed to the elements, they pass away. Elderly, if the power goes out. Yeah, just different things. So, okay. So then this person goes on to say, you ready for this? After I sent my email to you last night, I found out that for the low cost of 99 cents a month, subscribers can join your inner circle. Almost every person can afford $12 a year. If 1,000 people subscribe, that's $1,000 a month for you. People are so lonely these days that they'll gladly join just to be your friend. Last night, I noticed how someone asked about making money from these videos and you glossed right over it. You're just like everyone else who's doing what you're doing on YouTube. You're exploiting and manipulating your friends for money. Except you have a nice face and a nice voice, and you're already doing quite well with subscribers, viewers, and comments. And no doubt, some money is coming in. I had to laugh. Someone actually sent you money to buy a steak, and you got taken out to lunch? Not for one moment is an internet YouTube friend the same as a real friend. And you're just another shyster exploiting others for money. I'm disappointed because I thought you were different from all the other life advisors on YouTube who are making money. And you're not, of course. But at least for one or two videos, you had me fooled. Good for you. You also don't seem like you'll do a lot of harm, but you won't make much of a real impact on the well being of others either. Glad you find education and experience. You apparently don't have a lot of either. An interesting commentary. You just don't want anyone around you who's better educated and more experienced than you are, and that's fine. I won't bother you again. Trust me. Where do I go with that? Uh, yeah, I know. I give away money, Sharon. I know. And I responded back to this person and I said, you do know that the live you were watching, we gave away $75. I mean, and I asked, I said, how many channels do that? I mean, there are channels out there that do that, but I said, can you name me some other channels off the top of your head that do that? So I'm a shyster. The 99 cent thing came from when I did a live, we were getting, and some of you may remember, I did a live on my phone and I really couldn't see all the comments. And I guess there was some nasty comments. So I was trying to figure out a way um, to just have like subscribers so I didn't have this outside influence. And so I set up the cheapest thing you could find was 99 cents, where if we had to, we could do that. Well, I never imposed that. A couple people did sign up, but I never imposed that on anybody. I do my lives for everybody. I figured out doing it on the computer, I have more adjustments I can make um, to help control the crazy people that come on. So, um, but I've got 3 people that signed up for that. Okay. Um, and yes, I could do something separate with them, but I have not done that yet. It's not an obligation to sign up for that. Um, and then, yeah, I'm a shyster. So trust me, we've given away, I think, close to 400. If you add $100 I gave to somebody because they gave me some really great financial advice, I think I'm up to $500 right now that I've taken out of my money. Um, and yes, we do get some people that donate, but that money is basically going right back out to the community, and I'm sharing a portion of my money because I think it's the right thing to do. Um, I think, and they're fun contests. I enjoy them, and and everybody who gets the gift card seems to like it, and I want to continue doing that. But when you read something like that, it's kind of like, it's kind of like a baseball bat to the back of the head sometimes. And I don't worry about it because you're going to have those detractors all the time. But what are you going to do? Hey, Sean from Columbus. Yeah, I'm a real exploiter. I Buzz on vacation in Maine, visiting Mont Pod, beautiful up here. May never go back to Maryland. Yeah, I answered your email yesterday because you're coming to Ohio too. Hello from Columbus. I'm trying to catch up here. Delete and block that one. Nah, that's all right. Sounds like someone has a screw loose. Yeah, that's all right. Some people's children. Yeah. I mean, that's the way it is. Yeah, I do laugh at it. Yeah, I'm not worried about it. Trust me. Now, I listened. Like I said, I responded to the person, and I said, I told them what I thought about, in a nice way. I'm not. Trust me, I'm retired. There's not much that can phase me anymore. If you hurt my family or you hurt my kids, you do something like that, I'm going to come after you. Believe me, you've never seen a Buzz mad. But I, you know, 99.9% of the time, it's just like I told you guys before, the skin is thick. I just don't, it doesn't bother me. It really doesn't. I do bring it up because it's a topic that I'm sure other people um, have had happen to them. So I do bring it up for that reason. So I just want you to know it's not always, um, beautiful roses for Buzz. Hey, Carmen, tell that jerk, yeah, no, I'm not worried about it. I had a subscriber get mad because I wouldn't throw my dog ball and was teasing him. Yeah, I already spent the 25 on Amazon. Dennis, good. James Hanson, do not pay attention. Yeah, I know. Just wrote you back as well. Okay, thank you, Ryan. Go to the block button. Nah, I'm not worried about it. Hello from Central Florida. This was an email, by the way. The Social Security statement amount in your statement close to your actual received. Hi, was your Social Security statement amount in your statement close to what you actually received? Santos, I'm not sure. Let me interpret it the way I want to interpret that is when I filed in October, and I got my first check in December, and then in January or February they did an update because once my October, how'd that work out? They added extra money, like a few dollars more, because the year hadn't finished out or something. They didn't calculate all the months, and then they just added a few extra dollars, but it's pretty close. Yeah. Hello from Central Florida, figuring out retirement. Lots of trolls on the internet. Yeah. But our channel's pretty cool. I mean, we're lucky. I Since that first one video, and they said because I did it this way instead of this way, that brought more people in, which I don't make doesn't make sense to me. But I guess that's the TikTok crowd this way, and maybe they're a little younger. I don't know. Buzz come at you like a hornet if you diss his family. You know what? Yesterday I was watching Steve's corner this morning, and he was talking about these squirrels were coming after him, and he had a cat that he had to wrangle up. And yesterday I had my telescope outside, and I had all the lights off around the house, and I hear this growling, and I'm like, "What the heck is that?" And I looked over to my left, and probably about 2 arms lengths away, there's a raccoon growling at me. Now I know she's got like 6 babies, so they were probably walking by my garage, and she was protecting them, but she's growling at me, and I just looked and I said, "What? Like, what do you want?" And as soon as I spoke, she turned around and took off. But I'm like, man, could you imagine? Because Steve got rabies shots when this dog bit him, a little puppy or whatever, bit him, broke the skin twice, he said. And I'm thinking if that thing would have bit me, I'd be getting rabies shots. Uh, That's not what I want to do. Susan Wilson Davis. Hi, Buzz. Good to see you. I like your channel. Hope to see your family here some too. We did a couple shorts. I have Mrs. Buzz in the short, and I have one daughter left, and she was in the Easter short. Um, we were painting Easter eggs. So you can look for those two shorts. Mrs. Buzz normally doesn't want to. I did ask her to get on the video at least once or twice because otherwise people would think I have her tied up in the basement or something. So I see you can only have subscribers on a live. I don't know if I set it up that way, Bob, but you can, if that's a statement, yes, you can just put subscribers on the live. Correct. You retired at 65 6 weeks ago. Congratulations, Bob Buckley. My wife and I just moved from New York to Florida. Been so busy in retirement with house project, it seems there's not enough time. Yep. T James 66. Hi, Buzz. Great channel. Keep up the good content. Thank you, T James 66. Bronco, Mustang, Pony Power. Focus on the positive. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I am grateful every day. I'm going to skip these ads again. I skipped the ads again. I am grateful every single day. Trust me, I'm grateful for what I have. Focus on the positive. Comment is critical. Does it help to make the channel better? And it was good. If not, disregard, move to the next comment. Yep, that's true. Some people are never happy. That's true too. I hope I never get to that point. The old get off my lawn guy. I hope I never get to that. My aunt, she lives over in Brooklyn, Ohio, and she had a neighbor, an older neighbor, and if they cut their grass, if my aunt cut the grass and a spot of grass went onto his driveway, he was out in a flash, and he was got his blower out and was blowing that grass off his driveway. He couldn't have that on there. And one day he actually called the police because when she was watering her backyard, some of the water, due to the wind, was pushing onto his driveway. He called the police because he said the water was going on his driveway. I have never in my entire life heard of anything like that. But this guy, he since passed away. But yeah, I hope I never get to that point. You buy better equipment. You know what? Bob, my only equipment is my cheap Moto G Android phone that I picked up for less than $400 4 years ago, 3 years ago, and I bought this Dell computer for $300. It's the cheapest laptop you can get from Dell. I bought it directly from them. I was going to get one from Costco, but the sale was off, and I just got the cheapest one, $300 that you can get. And I like doing the lives here because on the YouTube studio, on the computer, it's better to do the setup than if you're trying to do it on the phone. So, figuring out retirement. Thank you. I appreciate that. Great comments. Ignore the grumpy. Yeah, I know. Let's get caught up here. Yeah, they can ask questions, right? Live comments can also give you a content idea for future. Yep, that's true. You have a great community. I'm still 10 years from retirement, Sharon, but I love your videos and community here too. The community is what it is to me. I mean, it's great. SW, greetings all from Indy. Hey, Buzz, the new Brown Stadium might be in your backyard. Yeah, I know, Clayton. I know. I'll probably be, let's see, how long will it take? 5 years, 6 years to get that thing done? Who knows? Greetings all from Indy. I am old. You aren't going to make me cry. Yeah. Can you see the northern lights from there? I actually got the app. I use let me see. I use this app. Let me see. I just downloaded it because there's a picture. Matt Schiffler Photography. Look up Matt Schiffler, SCHIFFLER, Matt Schiffler Photography, Marblehead, Ohio. A couple nights ago, he did a picture of the lighthouse, a Marblehead lighthouse. He was trying to catch the meteors, Perseid meteors, and he picked up northern lights. And I thought that was one of the coolest pictures. But I use aurora alerts, so it kind of, let me see if I can do this. It kind of looks like this. And it kind of tells you, it's hard to see, but it's got a KP or it's got a 0. And then you can go to a graph. So it shows like the green. I don't know, it's hard to see on here. Let's see. Yeah, you might not be able to see that, but the green basically shows that the northern lights are all the way up in upper Canada, nothing close by to us right now. But that's a cool app. And I had that on my phone before when they were doing this a couple months ago. We did have an opportunity a couple months ago, but everybody said they really couldn't see it with the eye. You just had to use your phone. So, okay. Thank you, David. Have a great rest of the day, Buzz. Okay, figuring out retirement. We'll see you. Joey Sox, LO, get off my lawn. Yep. Hi, Buzz. Has your entertainment paid out recently? Endorphin Seeker, caught your live. Yeah, Impromptu live. I bass fish, but want to fish steelhead in the Rocky River. Where do I go to fish? Vaughn, anywhere from Lake Erie to Olmsted Falls, I would say, even further up, they catch them. But if you're down in the Cleveland Metro Parks, down near Lake Erie, there's a park, Emerald Necklace Park, right there. You can fish in that area or just keep moving upstream. There's what they call the pipes, deep spots where you can catch steelhead. They get crowded sometimes, but other times you can walk in and have the place to yourself. Fran, no, it's not a no. I have explained before that I will tell you about, I'll tell everybody about my income for the year in December, the end of December or January of 2025. I've said that in numerous videos and lives. Let me skip these ads. Some of you might have been getting ads, but let me just reiterate. Any YouTube income that I get, I will divulge, which I don't have to, but I'll divulge it because I'm an open guy. At the end of December, because I started monetized. I got monetized in January of 24. So at the end of the year, probably January 25, I'll do a video. It'll be dead of winter. It'll be a great video, right? Showing month by month where I'm at. So my family is the thumb area of Michigan and been sending pics. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it was, somebody was sending me some, was that you, Barbara? Somebody had sent me some pics. Maybe that was you. Did you ever fish with a brick and a rubber band on the rocks? No, I never did that. Bait, Vaughn, I use, guys do different things. They use eggs on a bobber or a float. They don't like to call it bobber, they call it float. So you'll look up some videos, YouTube videos on it. There's some guys that do really well, show you all the setups, but I'm actually successful with a 1/6 ounce rooster tail in a pink or an orange color. 1/6 because with the rocks, depending on the level of the river, if you go 1/4 ounce, it's pretty heavy and you'll sink faster and you'll get caught up in the rocks. The 1/6 ounce seems to be kind of a nice mix depending on the water again. What's the temp there? I think we're at 81 and sunny, it says. 100 in Texas. Yep. Yeah, I was watching Amos, the Harley Man, and he said it was going to start cooking up there again. Or he's in Texas, and I forget which part, but he said it's getting real warm there again. Judy, I don't know what Fran means. Thanks for skipping the ads. Yeah, if I see them, I'll try to stop them. We can see the neighbor's lights. That's what I would use money on. Hey, you know what we could do real quick? Because Fran's here, and why don't we, just for the heck of this impromptu, there's 109 of us, so zero. If you guys know the rules here, 0 to 100, not including zero, not including 100, for a $25 Amazon gift card. Are you ready? Go. I have my number. Pencils are down. 0 to 100, not including those two numbers. No, I didn't slow it down this time, so didn't think there'd be this many people on here. Actually, there you go. You mean old bastard channel starring enter whatever you just said there. You have the winner, 72. 72. So we can stop now. Where's that? Mean old bastard channel starring Biker Bob, 72. Oh, there you go. I don't know. I would remember your channel. I would remember that name, Bob. So and I don't remember you ever being on here before. Well, welcome, number one. And number two, email me at nopurplecar@gmail.com. It's in the description of this video. It should be nopurplecar@gmail.com. And I will email you $25 gift card. Okay, you got that. All right. Well, that was great. Glad we were able to do that. All right. Let's erase that off of there. Okay, we've already got Judy. We've already got it. So hold on. Let me skip these ads maybe. Let me skip these ads. Maybe some people didn't see it, but please give it to the food bank. Okay, then what we're going to do is we're going to Judy. We got the winner, 72. Yeah, no guess from Fran. Imagine that. Hmm. Um, the food bank. We're going to give it to the Cleveland. There's a uh, Cleveland food bank that, and I'll show you a receipt for it as well. I'll usually get a receipt. We donate to them every year. They do and that happened from when my the owner of the company I work for, MTD Modern Tool and Die, Kurt Mall, he would always donate to the city mission in Cleveland. We would get turkeys every Thanksgiving and or Christmas. Yeah, I think it was Christmas. We would get turkeys, and any leftover turkeys, because they would obviously overbuy just to make sure everybody got one, because we had like 300 people or something, and he would donate that to the city mission. So I always thought that was kind of cool. And then some people wouldn't take their turkeys and they would say donate it to the city mission. So they would get quite a few turkeys just from our company. So I always thought about that. He was a really good guy, really good owner, and so we've ever since then we've given to the city mission. So that's where yours will go. I text 36 twice that I win. No, but that's an idea. So we could go like if I put down 10 and if you did 2 5s, maybe too complicated for me though. Good test for your vision. Yeah, it was. Food bank. Yep. Yeah, my phone was buffering. Sorry. That's okay. Um, are you paying for virus protection for your laptop? I have. What do I have? I'm using a Vast. I'm using a Vast. Why? You got a deal for me? Glad to see the trend continues, right, Bill? No, that's kind of cool. How would you describe your investment direction in your retirement? What percent of stocks? I did a video on that. Without boring everybody with that, I did a video. Look back a month ago. Um, I did a video on that. I was basically 70-30 in stocks only because I was 60-40, but I turned into 70-30 because the stock portfolio was doing really well. And so I went ahead and skimmed off the top some of the profits because I just had a feeling the market was going to drop. Like, you can't time the market, but I just had a feeling. I mean, there's so much going on right now that I took some profit off the top and I put that in my 4% account. And like a couple of people have been talking to me about getting the T-bills, I do have to really give myself a kick in the butt and take a look at that. But right now it's just sitting safely in the 4% account. Yeah, I know I can get the 5.25, but that's where it's sitting right now. Watching from Australia. Hi, Peter. You were a machinist, Mike's farm. Mike, no, I was not. I started off in the parts crib. So I used to take all the bolts and the nuts and the washers for the lawnmower lines. We built tractors for MTD, Yardman, White Outdoors, Cub Cadet, Montgomery Ward when they were in business, J.C. Penney's. We made all the mowers, just slapped on different labels. It was the same mower, except for Sears. Sears had their own specs. They were the only company that had their own specs. Everybody else got the same mower. And now MTD, of course, was bought out by Stanley Black & Decker just not too long ago. So yeah, I just was. I started off as I wasn't a machinist. I started off as a parts crib attendant, and then I worked my way into a cycle counter, and then a production planner. And I planned all the bringing the materials in and scheduling everything that was being made in the plant. There was 4 of us who did the scheduling because we were a big plant. Then I became a production manager, and then they let me and a lot of people go when Shiloh bought the plant. Got rid of all the high paid people. Then I went to another company and became plant manager for the last 18 years. I was plant manager of a small company in Akron. Do you take a nap every day? I never take a nap. I get 8 hours of sleep and then I don't nap. We use ESET security and VPN. Okay. Just being nosy. Have you been recognized in public by any of your subscribers? No. And I actually wore my buzz hat to the fair, and my wife says, "What, are you trying to get recognized?" And I said, "No, I just got a few hats, and I just happened to pick one." She said, "Yeah, right." But no, nobody recognizes me. I'm only comfortable in investing in safe. Yeah, I don't blame you. CDs or T-bills, I can't blame you a bit. Now, you're missing out on maybe some gains, but you're not missing out on losses, right? You're protecting yourself from any losses. And depending on your age and your financial condition, I mean, I shouldn't be tailed hawk. I skimmed some of that off, so I'm probably with all this Iranian stuff going on and a little worried. What's everyone's favorite thing about Monkey Ward? Yeah. What's the favorite thing about retirement? Man, there's so many to let me skip those ads. There's so many to name. Ever have ever have a nap at work? Who hasn't? Actually, the only time I really got tired at work, now in my youth, and we went to the bowling league, and then I get home at midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, and had to be at work at 6 a.m. Those were some at lunchtime. Yeah, I'm putting my head down, right? But that was when I was young. And the only other time is when I was doing chemotherapy. I had lymphoma, and I was doing chemotherapy. I would do the chemotherapy on a Tuesday, and I'd go to work on Wednesday. And come lunchtime, I was just whooped. And I would sit in my chair at lunchtime and go to and just kind of nod off, and everybody knew to not bother me. Um, Let me go back to this. What's everyone saying? Steiner, ever nap at work? You built tractors for MTD, Modern Tool and Die. I hate the show Teen Mom. I've never seen it. Hello from Michigan. Sweet country living. Sweet country living in Michigan. 2022 is a million of many retirement accounts. Yeah, it was. I think when Dwayne started his retire early 500K, he started his in 2021, I believe, with 548,000. That next year, he took a huge plunge, and he was getting worried. I'm breaking up. Sorry, it could happen. I'm outside. I have a Wi-Fi extender, but maybe it could happen. I telework. I see people nap all the time on the Zoom calls. They forget their cameras on. What's for dinner tonight? I'm doing chicken legs on the Cowboy Grill. Yep. On break again. Yeah, Calvin. One day I'll get this shed put up. You remember 1995 in Art Modell? Leaving Municipal Stadium was a dark day. You got that right. I did a video. One about that is when he left Waite Hill, Art Modell, when he left his mansion. I was working at Modern Tool and Die, and one of the girls who was a data entry person, her mom worked for Art Modell as a maid. And when he left, he was getting rid of all kinds of stuff. And I have a picture from Hiram College of the training camp from 1965. She had a 64, but I couldn't get that one. I got the 65. And it had Jim Brown. It had, I think Paul Warfield was in there. So that was a pretty cool picture. You'll see a video I did on that about a month and a half ago, I think. Woolworth fries. Let's see. Retirement is being stress free. Absolutely. You sound fine on my computer. Okay. Indeed, Biker Bob. It's a shame all the big lawn tractors are gone. They still make them. Maybe not as well as they used to, but isn't retirement great? You set up your own schedule. Yep. You like your simplicity tractors. Yeah. Art Modell. They left in the middle of the night. Yeah, basically. That was a screwed up situation. They gave Andre Rison, I think that was who it was. They gave him the sun, the moon, the earth, and the stars, just like they gave Deshaun Watson this time. And I think, wasn't Andre Rison, his girlfriend was Left Eye Lopez or something from Don't Go Chasing Waterfalls. Remember that? She did it better than I just did, but I think she burned his house down, if I remember. Yeah, it was a crazy time. I like the Cub Cadets with the Kohler engine. Briggs and Stratton engines. I actually had stock in Briggs and Stratton, and I didn't pay attention to it, and they went bankrupt. I didn't lose a lot of money. I lost $300, but still, it's $300. I kind of threw me because I just wasn't paying attention. I had no idea that they were gonna. Yeah, Left Eye burned down the house. Yep. Landscaper enters the chat. Walking mowers for grass cutting. How about? Have you tried? Have you done any Cub Cadet 42 or 54-inch mowers, the zero turns? Because we were making prototypes of those 25, 30 years ago. I put two of them with Kohler motors. Yeah, since I retired, I buy more stuff. I'm also going through ammo like crazy because I have time to shoot at the range. I have not been to the range. I only own one gun. It's just a 9mm Ruger. Just a pocket gun. But I have not gone to the range in 11 months, and I need to do that. I just need to go back out and shoot a little bit. But yeah, it's expensive. You're right. What isn't? You're dangerous on a zero turn. You do like a -0, huh? Your audio is choppy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. All right, we're going on an hour here, so I do have to get some stuff done. So we're down to 82 people. Let's do one more contest just for the hay of it. 0 to 100. Let me write down my number. I have my number written down. 0 to 100. Not no zeros, no 100s. Pick a number in between. I have my number written down. Let's see what we can do. Let's do one more. One more for the road. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. One more for the road for a $25 gift card. Ooh, thought that was it, but nope. They're coming fast and furious now. Hopefully, I can catch them all. Nothing yet. Take your time, though. Take your. There it is. There it is. I see one. I see one. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Hopefully, Sharon Valenta, 54. Check me out. Make sure I didn't miss anybody. I am pretty good about that. If I did miss somebody, I will also send them a $25 gift card. So Sharon Valenta, you got it. I'm going to look back real quick here. Make sure there was no other 54s. Saw 57, 59. Just let me make sure here real quick. 45, 62, 56. That was close. 59. Nope, not 46. Ooh, 55. You were close. 57, 56. Okay, it looks like I didn't miss anybody. Just checking real quick again. Yeah, it looks like Sharon, it looks like you got it. Yep, that was the only one. Yeah, I'm gonna go broke. And I told you guys this before. I said it on the last live, and I will tell you this time as well. The video that I got over 500,000 views, that 5-minute video about loneliness in retirement, or friends in retirement, I should say, which I'm going to do a part 2 because I'm going through all the comments and there's like 6,500 comments, and I want to come up with a theme of. So we identified a problem. Now I want to see if we can come up with a solution, okay, or solutions to something that's really a big thing in retirement. Okay, so but that video alone, according to YouTube, has given me $1,000. Okay, so I have that, and believe me, that's far above what I normally get per month as far as revenues. So that $1,000 is coming back to the community in some forms, like these giveaways. So and I will tell you that. So anyway, we're past an hour and 4 minutes. Yeah, so I'm not going to go broke. Yeah, okay. So Sharon, make sure you email me at nopurplecar@gmail.com, and we'll get that sent out. I got to mow the lawn and do some stuff here. Get that shed put up, so Calvin can see it, and then uh, I'll get that to you probably tonight. More food halls. Actually, what was really bad was I went to Giant Eagle yesterday because a lot of my wife's gluten-free stuff is there. I spent $148 on basically gluten-free stuff because it's so stinking expensive. Um, I mean, that's not good. But I didn't want to do that. Congratulations, Sharon. Okay, guys, it's an hour and 5 minutes. I do have to get to work. Gonna have to cook those chickens later on in a couple hours. So I will talk to you again. Thanks for coming to this impromptu live. And we will catch you. I don't know. Maybe we'll do one Saturday or do one Sunday. Stay in tune for notifications and see if we will do one. And I appreciate you guys being here again. And we will talk to you later. See you now.